What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm making this nice squirrel Intarsia on a piece of basswood. Now what Intarsia is it's pretty much this segmented wood that you cut each piece of wood out, stain it a color, glue it back together, and it makes a cool design. For this one I'm making a squirrel. He's sitting on a stump eating an acorn. I'm going to stain the squirrel a light brown. I'll leave these pale colors just the color of the basswood. Then this stump that he's sitting on, the stripe in his the outline of the stripe in his fur, his foot, the acorn, and his eye are going to all be a really dark brown. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So, to hold this down onto the wood, I'm going to be covering it with tape. And hopefully it sticks long enough to get all these pieces cut out. Alright, so we got the squirrel nice and cut out here, as you can see. Now, for Intarsia, you gotta sand over the edges and stain each piece. Well, technically true Intarsia, it's supposed to use different pieces of wood, but I don't have the patience or the many types of wood for that. So I'm just doing it all on this basswood. Now for sanders, I would normally use something like this belt sander, but this is probably way too overpowered for some of the little pieces, so I'm probably just going to use something slow like this spindle sander. Get it all done. Alright, well, let's get sanded. Alright, so I'm ready to stain here. I got all the pieces sanded and into their separate pile. This is going to get stained gunstock. This is going to be stained a darker brown, but I have to buy the darker brown. This is going to be stained the really dark brown, which is a dark walnut. And then this is going to stay the same color, and then this is going to be painted. So, yeah, let's get into staining. Alright, so the squirrel's finished drying. This is how it looks. Came out pretty good. Now, like, other than the backside, obviously. And I still got to go around and stain the sides. But what we got to do now is make a backer board for the squirrel so it's more strong and you don't see all the crappy looking lines. Alright, so I got all the pieces nice and stained. What I'm going to do now is glue them all together. Hopefully it'll look good. Alright, let's get started here. Alright, so the squirrel's finished drying. This is how it looks. Came out pretty good. Now, like, other than the backside, obviously. And I still got to go around and stain the sides. But what we got to do now is make a backer board for the squirrel so it's more strong and you don't see all the crappy looking lines. To do the backer board, we're going to use this piece of like MDF plywood or something. I'm not sure what this is. It was cheap. Came off of old dresser. Not the most quality thing to use, but it's going on the back of this, so it doesn't really matter. What I am gonna do is actually flip it over to the ugly textured side. and trace around the squirrel. Alrighty, and there we go. So it's like, you could probably barely see that, but what you got to do now is just trace a like half-inch, maybe quarter-inch gap in from that line, so that you do not see the edges of this wood.